Hey everybody, thank you for joining my channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe, like this video, leave a comment if you will. I want to talk about how I personally feel that a person who does drugs, marijuana, alcohol, hard drugs, any substance abuse is very selfish to me. And I put it in ChatGPT. They talking about that's not, I don't think that's productive to call everybody, say everybody that does drugs and substances is selfish. But they say it can be selfish when they are neglecting their responsibilities and is harmful to others. And that's what I want to talk about. I'm not talking about, that's like when they say all men do this and all men do that. We understand that's not all men. We're speaking about a specific group of people who do drugs and they are selfish. I've been around people that do drugs and a lot of them are selfish. I mean, some of them, I feel like, I think the drug itself makes you selfish. The drug itself makes you only think about you. That's what I want to talk about. Not so much that you're a selfish person because whatever, but actually that when you're under the influence of marijuana, I feel like this person, you cannot have a conversation with them unless you yourself are smoking marijuana. So I feel like that's very selfish. I think that people that stop to roll up blunts every time, before doing X, Y, and Z is selfish to me. Or a person that can't watch a movie without smoking weed, or a person that can't do whatever without smoking weed. I think that that's selfish. I think your only intention is to get high. It's more of marijuana that's really gives the selfish spirit to me. Not so much alcohol per se. I think that, maybe because I was actually drinking alcohol 9 times out of 10 when people were drinking alcohol, and when I used to smoke marijuana, but when I stopped, I noticed that how it feels like they are just oblivious to what's going on, oblivious to surroundings. Since I wasn't under the influence of marijuana, only care about themselves when they're intoxicated. Let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it, because it makes sense that if you letting your guard down to put a substance in your body, you really don't care about yourself. I mean, they said on ChatGPT that people take substances for coping mechanisms. I understand that because I actually did drugs to cope with stress and depression and stuff like that. But I had no help. I had no one to reach out to me, anything to take me to a recovery center or anything like that. But it's basically I was beating myself up. I was self-sabotaging myself. I was being self-indulgent. I was having a pity party. I was down on myself. I was beating myself up. And that is a form of being selfish, because I actually was encouraged to stop self-medicating myself with drugs when I started thinking about my youngest daughter. So I said, I can't beat myself up because I'm not with her. I have to live to fight another day, to be here down the road. But if I keep going down this bad road, I won't be able to see her when she's older. So that was motivation for me to stop beating myself up in that dark moment in my life. So I feel like it is very selfish to overindulge in any substance, alcohol. Yeah, because if a man is an alcoholic and he gets drunk every weekend or whatever, and he has a family and children and everything, but instead of taking them out to the park or taking them to the museum or somewhere, he rather watch football and drink beer on a couch. I feel like that is very selfish. Let's talk about it. That's very selfish behavior, in my opinion, and I don't like that. And I know a lot of women can relate to this, because it's not so much, the alcohol can change a man's mood. The alcohol can change a woman's mood. Alcohol can have you cursing somebody out and trigger you to be angry and start fights and confusion and all of that as well. So I feel like if you know that you're not a responsible drinker, then you should not do that, because that's very selfish of you to have people have to tolerate, to put up with you being a sloppy drunk, can't handle your liquor. That's very selfish of you to have people picking you up off the ground. I know we all have that one friend or uncle or family member who, I used to get drunk like that and I hated that, but I wasn't thinking in my mind that it was selfish. I think that I was going through things where I was doing things to excess. And it's not good to do things to excess. It's not good. You can't do that. Don't self-medicate yourself. Don't overly medicate yourself for with bad substances. Don't do that, because it is beating yourself up, and it's not healthy, and it's toxic, and you are killing yourself at the end of the day, and you're hurting others around you that love you. That's the selfish part of it as well. If your family loves you and cares about you, and you have children to take care of, or if you don't have children, you have sisters and brothers and people that love you, and you're still doing drugs and still self-medicating, self-sabotaging yourself, that's unhealthy and that's toxic. It's like, if you're not going to do it for yourself, at least do it for your family, do it for your loved ones, because you're hurting them. Like, my brother isn't here because he overdosed. Yes, it was prescription drugs and he had a medical illness. However, I wish that it could have been different, because I know that he was also self-medicating. He got addicted to the painkillers and all of that. So he was overdoing it, you know. It was recreational too, as well as to medicate and, you know, stop the pain from his sickle cell. So I feel like, and he had children and everything. He has children, and you know, they don't have a father because he was not able to draw the line on how much, where you gonna draw the line, because people say marijuana helps me with anxiety or depression, it helps me to eat or whatever. But where do you draw the line where it becomes, when it becomes a problem, you need to draw the line on that, because you don't want to spend your kids' lunch money on weed. You don't want to, you know, put yourself, I just don't like that when people, they rolling up weed in front of their kids. And then I have my friend, like, she smoked marijuana in front of her kids and stuff like that. And smoked marijuana when she was pregnant and stuff like that. When I was pregnant with all my 4 daughters, I didn't smoke cigarettes. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't do drugs. I just felt like I just wanted to be pure and whole and all of that. Like, I would not do that. That's just crazy to me. But yeah, to each their own, you know what I'm saying? I was around a girl one time. She was smoking crack and she was pregnant, and I was like, you have to love something outside of yourself more than you love yourself sometimes, because people clearly don't love themselves. You couldn't possibly love yourself if you're self-medicating. And even if you think that it's not that bad, you think that cigarettes are not that bad, you think, oh, it's just cigarettes. No, it's bad, love. It's bad for your health. It's toxic. It's a waste of money. It's going to kill you over time. It's not healthy. It's not no good for you. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of energy, and it's killing you. So cigarettes are bad. Weed is bad. Beer is bad. Wine is bad. All of it is bad. The devil's trick is to trick you to make you think, oh, this is just a little wine. Oh, it's just a little, that's the devil's trick. Oh, it's just a little cigarette. Oh, it's just a little weed. This comes from the earth, but it's altering your mental. It's altering your mind. And on top of that, we don't know what they're putting in this marijuana these days. So they say they was lacing it with fentanyl or something at one point in time. So we have to be mindful and careful of that as well, because we don't know what they putting in this alcohol and cigarettes, because they said cigarettes is actually stronger than they used to be. They said, because it's so hard to quit smoking cigarettes. And I work with some guys who smoke cigarettes, and it is a spirit. It is a demonic spirit attached to them cigarettes. I watched a video about it, and it said how the devil tricked people into smoking cigarettes. And because back in the day, they used to smoke in all over the place, indoors and restaurants and stuff, and they didn't trip off of it. But they learned over time that even secondhand smoke is bad, and secondhand smoke will kill you. So I just know that it is a demonic spirit attached to that, because these guys that I work with, they actually rather buy cigarettes than buy them toothpaste and deodorant and soap. And that's a real thing. Like, you rather buy drugs, you rather buy marijuana, weed, alcohol, before you even buy your own personal hygiene products. That's possession to me. That's really that's not good, because and then they go outside and smoke in the cold, and it could be 10 degrees outside, and they outside smoking a cigarette, coughing. And I'm like, you think that you don't have control at that point. That's what people have to understand. This is not a video to bash people that are dealing with substance abuse, and I am trying to encourage people, but we have to understand that we cannot sugarcoat the truth. And that's something I want to talk about. People get mad when you tell the truth. You're keeping it real. Some things cannot be sugarcoated. We have to say it like it really is. We have to say it like it really is. Talk it like it's walk it, talk it like I talk it, walk it like I walk it. I have to tell you the truth and tell you exactly what the problem is. We cannot try to walk on eggshells about certain situations, certain topics, and we can't. If you get offended by what a person is saying, or you convicted in your spirit, that's something that you need to work on, my love. That's something you need to work on, boo. If you have a problem with something that I say on this video, or something that somebody say online on YouTube, you have a problem with it, then you got to say to yourself, do I fall into this category? Is that why I feel a little triggered? That's why I'm triggered. Am I triggered because this is stepping on my toes? Or am I triggered because this is something I need to deal with? Or am I triggered because this does not pertain to me? It triggers me because that's how I used to be. But I'm so glad and thank the Most High that I don't suffer with substance abuse any longer in my life. I'm no longer addicted to prescription drugs. I'm no longer addicted to alcohol. No longer addicted to cigarettes. No longer addicted to Black and Milds I used to smoke. No longer addicted to weed. No longer addicted to cocaine and crack and all of that. I don't do any drugs. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and I'm not ashamed to say that. But I never did heroin. I did the white people's ice, the vapor, like the whatever it is, meth or something. Tried it. Been there, done that, tried it. But I never shot up no heroin or anything like that. Yes. But at the end of the day, it's all self-defeating, sabotaging behavior. And it is very selfish and very toxic to beat yourself up and be down on yourself. I'm not going to give you the textbook, sugar-coated, psychiatrist wording. I'm not going to sugarcoat it just for, we got to tell it like it is. It's not healthy and it's toxic. And that's the thing about people can't really get help because people want to coddle these people's feelings and treat them like little kids with kid gloves. They want to treat them like they're not actually ruining people's lives out here. If you're on drugs and you are a disgrace to your family or you're beating yourself up, you need to stop that. If you have stuff in your past that you need to deal with, you need to address that. Don't do drugs and self-medicate and hurt those that love you, hurt those that are around you. That's very selfish, in my opinion. People that do that are very selfish. It's very, 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 very selfish. Especially if you have children, you have a family that loves you and cares about you. You don't care about them. You don't care about your family. You don't love your family. If you loved your family, like I said, I had my little self-sabotaging moment when I was doing drugs because I missed my daughter and I didn't have her in my life. But if I love my daughter, then I would love myself and I would take care of my health so I could be here to see her grow and shine. So that has to be understood. If you love your children, you will take care of yourself. Since I realized that I couldn't, just because I didn't have her in my life didn't mean that I have to kill myself, self-medicate myself, put myself in harm's way, put myself in danger and all of that. But that's, the devil had me, the devil was kicking my butt and had me thinking that I had to feel bad about myself. And, you know, people will try to kick you while you down and try to bash you because you suffered trauma or you don't have your children with you or you lost your job or whatever, or somebody played you, somebody broke up with you, somebody dumped you and treated you like trash. So now you're supposed to get high and drink your pain away. And you know, no. Why would you give that person the satisfaction to bring you even down even more? Why would you give this devil, this entity, this energy, this negative energy that tried to ruin your life? Because that's what happened to me. The devil was wreaking havoc in my life and he got me, he beat me down, make me think, turn against myself, to start self-sabotaging myself. And that's what the devil wants us to do. He wants us to kill ourselves slowly and beat ourselves up instead of really seeking the truth and living for the Most High. If you don't have children or don't have nothing to live for the love of the Most High, because he's blessed you to live to see another day. So that has to be understood. It is very selfish and very low vibrational to be addicted to substance abuse. And if you're offended by that, then you need to do what you need to do to change your life for the better, because there's somebody out here that loves you and cares about you and needs you. And if you don't love yourself and care about yourself enough to take care of your health, then you can end up a statistic and a lost cause. So we're not here to cater to people's feelings, because this is a real thing. People are no longer alive because of overdosing and I mean like we just too nice to these people and act like, you know, it's a fine line between, people can have tough love and you have to know what you dealing with and to know what you need to offer to this person. Some people need to talk to, you got to talk to them nice and gently and encourage them and all of that. That's good and fine and dandy. But if this person is a man who is just horribly addicted to crack and nobody is talking to him and communicating that the right words to say to him to actually make him stop, to even say this is killing you or this is a waste of your money, is making you look bad, you don't look healthy, it's a waste of your money, you're a disgrace to your family, you're not a good role model, you might want to change your life for the better. Like you don't have to die being a crackhead. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. Like, you're going to be a crackhead all your life? Like, you're going to be an alcoholic to the day you die? Like, how do you want, if you don't have any children, how do you want your kids to look up to you? They're going to remember their father as a alcoholic, as a drunk. They're going to remember their mother as a drunk, as an alcoholic who always gets drunk and curses people out and argues and starts drama and starts fights. That's what you want your kids to remember you by? Like, I used to drink and I used to smoke Black and Milds around my granddaughter, and I told myself I don't want to be that grandmother who always has to have a drink and smoking and all that stuff, even though I wasn't crazy or irate when I drink or smoke or anything like that. But it's just the fact that I don't want to be that person. And plus it's killing me inside as well. And I don't want to be addicted to anything that I cannot control, that is controlling me. That's a problem for me. Yeah, so I went from, I did drugs in my darkest time, beating myself up and everything. But I seen the sunlight shine through the window, and the Most High gave me a sign to stop. And it said to me, the sunlight said, if I love my daughter, I will stop. If I love my daughter, I would stop so I can be here because I still have to be here for her. That's what I interpret that sunlight coming through the window. I said, I have to live for her. I have to get out of here. I have to live I have to stop this right now. I have to stop this. I have to stop it. And I ran and I woke up. I was like, I've got to. And I stopped doing that. But I drank alcohol still. I smoked cigarettes for a while. I smoked Black and Milds and all of that. And I slowly but surely, I stopped all of that. Because I don't want to be that person. I don't want my house to smell like cigarette smoke or Black and Milds. I don't want to have, and I don't want to look bloated, like, because I'm drinking beer all the time. Like, I definitely see the difference in my face in the videos I made, because I used to drink beer like 7 months ago. I had a beer here and there. Like, I slowly but surely stopped all of that because it's not healthy and it's toxic and it's low vibrational, and I don't want no parts of that. Because where the Most High is taking me, I have to be in a sober mind. That's another thing. You can't receive the breakthroughs and downloads if you're under the influence of drugs and alcohol. That's a real thing too. And that's like, if I'm over here sitting on a gold mine of information and wisdom and all of this, but I'm over here beating myself up and drowning myself in my pities and my sorrows, then I can't be an inspiration to others. I can't be the change that I want to see in the world because I'm so busy dwelling on myself and how I feel, that I'm so consumed with how I feel that I can't even be positive and actually spread love and light to people, because I'm beating myself up for what somebody did to me and how I feel sad and I'm going through depression and all of that. That's the devil tricking people. He was trying to trick me, because I wouldn't be recording this video right now talking about this if I was over here beating myself up or addicted to drugs, where I was at a long time ago. That's why I thank the Most High. All praise to the Most High, the Most High only, for blessing me to be here today. Astaghfirullah. Thank you, Most High, for blessing me to make this video for everybody. So I'm actually the walking, living testimony. I've been there, done. They got a t-shirt, and people may look at me and be like, oh, it's easy for you to say, you don't do this, you don't do that, or it's easier said than done, and blah blah blah. We know. That's why you have to have a personal relationship with the Most High, because He can do all things but fail. I love you all. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be whole. This is for my family, anybody who's watching this video. I want you to live a long life. I don't want people to feel like they have to smoke cigarettes or they have to smoke a vape. They have to smoke. I actually stop smoking, listen to a hypnosis video on YouTube. So this video is going to help inspire someone to stop drinking, stop smoking, stop doing drugs, love yourself, save your money, take care of your health. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for someone that you love. Do it for me. Do it for Sister Azra Love, because I love you. I want you to stay around and stick around for a long time. You shortening your life by doing these things, and you're messing up your money. You're messing up your mental health. You think you're solving your problem. You think you're escaping reality, but the whole time you're losing brain cells, and you're not going to be able to operate and function properly in the world. And we need you to operate and function properly in the world today. It's best to your best ability. So it's not helping when you are self-medicating yourself with stuff like that. It's not good. It's not healthy. So at the end of the day, I think you all get the message, get the point. Love yourself, take care of yourself. And it is selfish to be addicted to substances. I'm sorry to tell you, it's very selfish activity, and I don't like it. I don't like being around people that have to roll up blunts and do all that kind of stuff, because it's like they are not there. I'm here. I'm present. I'm in a present moment. So it kind of irritates me. It irritates me when I'm around somebody that smokes weed. I was thinking about this because I was dating a guy who we was watching a a movie, and he had to always roll up blunts and smoke blunts and stuff. And I would say something to him. He'd be like, huh? He'd be like, he was not even there. And I don't like that. That pisses me off. That's one of my pet peeves. I can't date nobody that smoke weed. And people think that, oh, it's just weed. I know. Get away from me with your weed smoking, low vibrational, in the clouds ass. I don't want you around me. I don't want you around me because people that smoke weed, I don't want to be around you. Just not in a relationship, that's for sure. I can't date you. And then I really don't want to date nobody that drinks alcohol because it may influence me to drink alcohol. I need you to be in a sober mind. And it says that in the Bible. You need to be in a sober mind because the devil is like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. So you need to be in a sober mind out here in these streets. Like, it's just really crazy to me because you slacking. How you? I just despise a man who wants to be under the influence of drugs and alcohol. You can't. How you gonna defend your home if an intruder comes into your house, but you over here drunk and high, and somebody's trying to attack you and your family? So it says in 2 Timothy verse 4-5, as for you, always be sober-minded, endure suffering, do the work of an evangelist. And 1 Peter 5-8, be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. So let me read 1 Peter 1-13 again. Therefore, preparing your mind for action and being sober-minded. Set your hope fully on the grace that will be brought. What is the biblical meaning of sober-minded? Sober-mindedness, according to Peter, means living with a single-minded focus. The term sober-minded literally means free from intoxicating influences. We speak of a person who is not drunk with alcohol or high on drugs as being sober-minded. What is an example of being sober-minded? Be alert. Pray always. Don't let anything influence your thinking or distract you from your mission. This is what it means to be sober-minded. It's often associated with being vigilant against spiritual or moral dangers, resisting temptations, and maintaining a focused and disciplined approach to life. What does God say about being sober? Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour. I'm going to leave you with that. Prayer and scriptures have power. Scriptures will deliver you. That Bible will get you right. Wise words cut like a knife. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, be vigilant. Stay sober. Like I said, do it. I'm going to end it right there. At the end of the day, remember to always keep the Most High first. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Stay blessed and see you next time. Peace, love, and light. Bye.